Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Yes, I am on a Word doc this time because the OneNote was glitching too much. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to solve question 3 of 2020's paper. Now, you would have noticed I'm splitting them up into individual questions as well. That's because some people would only struggle with certain questions instead of the full exam. So, the entire exam video going through all of 2020 is still up on the channel. The link is in the description as well. I just thought this would be more beneficial to some people as well if they struggle with only individual questions, okay? So, let's just get straight into it. Now, beforehand, if you need a new practice external exam, I have made one custom that's quite tricky. That's in the description below. If you need an extra resource to help you out during this study period. But otherwise, let's get straight into it. Now, a lot of people get this question wrong because they haven't been taught how to integrate things that have an inside and an outside function. So when we're looking at, let's just say this question here, we can distinguish that there is an inside and an outside function. Now, if you haven't heard those words and methods, I'd be very worried for you, okay? So here, an inside function is this guy here. Your outside function would be the power of 3 here. So it's kind of a reverse chain rule here. Now, in this video, I'm going to be showing you two ways to integrate this here. One that's fast and one that's effective. Now, the fast one is effective if you know what you're doing, but I'm going to show you both. So this is the fast method. So here, the 2 doesn't do anything. When we're integrating this, I'm going to put brackets around it like this. You have to integrate the outside and then divide by the derivative of the inside function. So here, if we're integrating the power of 3, we have to just add 1 to the power. So it'd be 4, and then divide by that 4. Then you have to divide by the derivative of the yellow bit. So the derivative of 4x plus 6 is going to be 4. So you have to also divide by 4. Then you have to plus c. Now the reason why you're dividing by that 4 is because we need to account for that extra factor of 4 that would have been there if it was at the front, etc. Okay, and I'll show you that in a bit more detail shortly. But this will be the fast method here. Now here, 2. If I were to multiply the 2 to the plus c, 2 times plus c is still going to be a plus c because a plus c represents an arbitrary constant, so it doesn't really matter. So 2 times by, we'll just write the 4x plus 6 there. So 4x plus 6, power of 4, over 4. Now, dividing by 4 is the same as by timesing by a quarter. And then here I'll just put a plus c. A quarter times a quarter is going to be a 16th. So we have 2, 4x plus 6 power of 4 over 16 plus c. 2 over 16 gives you 1 over 8. So we can replace that right there with just a 1 there and an 8. And you don't even have to write the 1 because 1 times that would just be that. So here we can see that that is answer D. That's the quick way of doing it, in my opinion. I'm going to show you the slower way, but might be a bit more effective. Now, it's a bit trickier to learn, but that's okay. Because it does work no matter what, but it might not have been taught in methods that well or at all. It's usually taught in specialists, but I think every methods kid should know it. What we're going to do is a u substitution, okay? So what we pick is our inside function to be u. So just clarifying, that first method I showed does work. This is another method here. So here we'll go, let u equal 4x plus 6. We're going to transform that integral into something easier to do. Now, if I were to substitute this guy in the yellow into there straight away, this would be my integral. 2u power of 3 dx. This doesn't make any sense because I have a u and a dx. So I can't integrate anything because I have a u, which is a different variable we've defined with respect to x. So we need to cancel out the dx somehow and incorporate a du. That way the variables all match. This is where it's a bit interesting. Okay. We're still going to differentiate the inside function, except we're going to do it here. So we're going to differentiate this. So if you differentiate u with respect to x, you're going to get du dx. And here, if you differentiate that, you're going to get 4. Now, this is the weird part. We are going to rearrange to get the dx as the subject, okay? So to get the dx as the subject, you multiply both sides by dx. So du equals 4 times by dx. Now, quick question. This is conjoined together, so is this. That's why the d's don't cancel there. It doesn't make any sense then, okay? They're conjoined together. Now here, if I want to move the 4 to the other side, I divide both sides by 4. So here I get du over 4 is equal to dx, okay? So this is exactly equal to dx. So we're going to substitute the green and the yellow into this expression up here. So what I'm going to do is just move this to the side very quickly. Now again, if you have any questions about this one here, leave something in the comments. This is what we call U substitution. It's very powerful, works every single time, okay? So if I replace the yellow in there and the green in there, this is what I'll get. 2 integral u to the power of 3 du over 4. Now, we can take that 1 over 4 out the front because it's a constant. So here you have 2 over 4 at the front, the integral u to the power of 3 du. All of a sudden, that's a very easy integral to do. You just add 1 to the power. So add 1 to the power, divide by the new power, then plus c. Okay? Then you've got to multiply out that 2 over 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this stuff now because I'm running out of room on my lovely little Word doc. Hopefully the OneNote works next video. If you see a change of scenery, that's why. So here, 2 over 4 times by u to the power of 4 over 4. And I'm just going to write the plus c because even if you were to expand that to the plus c, it's still going to be a plus c because c represents an arbitrary constant. Here, you can see you'll have 2 over 16 u to the power of 4 plus c, which is 1 over 8 u to the power of 4. Now, you're probably wondering, our answer here has to be in terms of x. Now, this is where my rubbing out wouldn't have helped at all. We defined u to be this. U was 4x plus 6. We can then chuck that guy back into this guy here, and we'll get 1 over 8, 4x plus 6, power of 4 plus c, which is also answer D. That's the other way to do it. This is called U sub, okay? If you have any questions about this one here, leave something in the comments below. If you need a new external exam paper, check it out in the link as well below. And if you need the full exam link, also check that out in the link below. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.